Okay, guys, this is me trying out the Chariots. I have two of them, one here, one over there, and I actually brought a fairly small force compared to what I'm going up against over here. Even though it is just the AI, I was actually kind of afraid they were going to overwhelm me with just a bunch of Savage Orcs. And I thought they had way more Savage Orc Arrow Boys than they did. That was another thing that freaked me out, but decided I would just go ahead and do the battle with a smaller force and just see if I could make the Chariots kind of shine. That's the thing, is I was just hearing that the Chariots sucked, and I'm not so sure about that. I generally don't believe people right away when they say something this or that sucks, especially when the DLC just came out. So I've got a line of skeleton warriors who are, as most of you know, and if you don't know, they're crap. They're total crap. But then I have the Tomb Guard here, and they're pretty good. I'm starting to like them. And just Cetra. And he doesn't have any, he's only got his one spell at the moment, and that's about it. Sorry, I don't have my UI set up correctly. So I see these dudes coming over here, the Boar Boys, so I run my Chariots away because I know those will kill the crap out of them pretty quickly. I send the Cimmerian War Sphinx after them, just because I didn't have any spears, so I figured he could tie him down and keep them busy for quite a while. I kind of screwed up and separated my army, so I'm going to end up having these Chariots fight these Savage Orcs right here, and these Chariots, I believe I have loop around and start fighting the Arrow Boys. I'm keeping Cetra back just for now, and in a second I'm going to get him in there, like right now, with these halberds and start beating up on the war boss. But yeah, look at that. That's not a bad charge. And then I think the main thing that we need to look at here is look at that leadership penalty. Just one charge in, and if I had done it quickly and was paying attention, I probably could have got them to rout pretty quick. Keeping the War Sphinx active, I'm trying to keep him on top of these Savage Orcs, the Boar Boys. Here, I'm over here microing and thinking about what I'm going to do, and these dudes get in here and start messing up my archers. But the archers aren't being very effective because of the damage resistance that these dudes have. The Savage Orcs have that physical resist. And so yeah, that happens. I immediately put them onto melee and start fighting, and I'm going to bring the War Sphinx in from behind. It starts getting pretty grim over here, though. These Savage Orcs just chew through my skeleton warriors. I'm letting them fight for a little bit. I'm letting them stay engaged in melee because I'm trying to break these guys and have them at least rout for a little bit and have to reform. It's kind of like what happened to them. Pulling them out. Over here is where I nearly lose a chariot because I stopped paying attention. I think right here he gets stuck in just a second, and these Savage Orcs that are the reinforcing catch him. Got Cetra going. I think I either just did or here in a sec I cast his buff spell on him, and he does some massive damage to the war boss. Still got the Cimmerian War Sphinx over here. He's doing a pretty good job of mopping up the Savage Orcs. The Savage Orc Boar Boys. Trying my hardest to remember all the names of everything at the moment. They rout. I get these guys back firing. War Sphinx gets into this big blob over here. Chariot's still active. I know in a minute I screw up and leave this one alone for too long, but I'm really concentrating on these. I tried to do this battle live, and I realized I didn't talk for most of it, so I had to come in here and recast it. Couldn't do it live. This Chariot's going to get in here. Does some pretty good damage on the way through. Trying to get it in, just into the blob in general, and I'm going to pull it out. Other Chariot, I was thinking about sandwiching, making a sandwich right here, but I decided not to because it looked like most of their infantry was routing. So I think this one I bring over here. Boar Boy's coming back. In a minute, I'll pull the War Sphinx out to fight them. I'm going to throw these guys into melee because that's what they're going for. And like I said, against Savage Orcs, these skeleton archers just don't seem to do all that well. This is the Chariot right here that gets pretty messed up. I think I shoot it with friendly fire as well, but this is the one that gets caught here in a sec. This one's holding up pretty well. He's taken some damage, but considering, I mean, how long this battle's been going, what, 2 minutes? 2 minutes and we're outnumbered? He's taken quite a bit of damage, but it's not that bad, really. Especially since, I mean, they're undead, so they don't rout. I mean, and the crumbling, I mean, I've been able to kind of keep my guys from crumbling, and you can see over here, this guy's getting mangled. I save him, though. I do save him. I get him out at the last minute. And again, skeleton archers, I'm just putting them into melee so I can get good charges with the chariots and the war sphinx. These guys are coming back. Luckily, halberds are here. Got Cetra about to take a big charge, but I think Cetra, I'm not entirely sure. I wish I had my UI set up correctly, but I think he causes fear and terror. I'm not entirely sure, but those guys routed really quick, and he was the only enemy near. The boss comes back, war boss comes back, and this is where I thought, crap, I'm going to lose. These guys are messed up, getting beat up pretty bad. But like I said, that wasn't just them being bad. I lost track of them and let them sit in there for too long. And that'll happen with just about any chariot. And these are pretty squishy. They're glass cannony. That is true. They're very, very squishy. But as long as you keep on top of your micro, they do really good. They won me this battle. If I didn't have them, and if I just had some, I don't know what their lowest tier normal cavalry would be, the Necropolis Knights or something, I don't think I could have won this. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know how Necropolis Knights would do here. So I killed the war boss, and I had to go for that. If I hadn't killed him, they would have overrun me and probably killed Cetra or wounded him. Got these guys up here. I'm getting ready to make a charge. I don't think I ever do. I think the game ends before I do the charge. Yeah, here we go. I did lose quite a bit, but once again, I brought mostly skeletons against Savage Orcs who just munched right through them. If it wasn't for the chariots, I probably would have lost this. And these halberds, these Tomb Guard, man, they pay some dividends. And the War Sphinx, jeez. War Sphinx was a little disgusting. But yeah, that was me using the chariots. I think I used them to some pretty good effect. Yeah, 123 killed, 68 killed. I almost lost him, but he is still alive. And this, like I said, this was in campaign. I was just testing out the chariots. Everybody's saying, post a video of you using it if they're not bad, and I don't think they're that bad. I think they're pretty good. What I do think is bad is these skeleton archers so far. They just seem, they're very low tier units, of course, but in the end, they're cheap. You don't pay, they're free. You don't pay anything for them. You build a building and you get them for free. Anyway, that was me, Zergle, trying to play a game. I hope I did pretty good in y'all's eyes. Maybe, maybe not. Somebody's going to call me out for doing something wrong, because I did. I let all these dudes go. I let them all go. They had to take a little bit of a drive, off into to never come back. Anyway, have a good one.